So real quick, I'm going to leave some timestamps in the description. Just go check this out. Yo, what's up guys, CallxMeVapor here, and welcome back to the video. Now, continuing on from my other beginner guide, I will be making an advanced PvP guide where I'll be discussing things that are more for seasoned GPO players. This guide will explain things that are going to make you a lot better and give you a better feel for GPO PvP, with the cost of it being a little bit more difficult. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. The first thing you are going to want to learn is how to do something called M1 baiting. So M1 baiting is basically a simplified name for getting your opponent to swing so that they unblock and then you dash back and hit them while they are vulnerable. So here's an example. So let's say that this dummy is blocking right now, this one right here. Say it is blocking right now. We will dash at him. We're going to swing, then we're going to dash back. And let's pretend he just swung right there, then we dash back and then we start hitting him. And now we have him in a combo. So that's basically a very simplified version of M1 baiting, but it's important to learn this because this is the majority. This is like how you are going to, get most of your combos at the start of matches, is by M1 baiting. So you can do this with devil fruit abilities, you can do this a lot of stuff. So let's say he's blocking right now, I could push instead of, so let's say he blocked that, I could push him instead of pulling. And that would, he would maybe, confuse that for pulling. So then he would rush at me, I just block, and then I swing once he starts swinging at me. So that's a simplified version of M1 baiting. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to basically make combos true, specifically in the up tilts. So instead of doing the 4 M1s like this, so let's say we use our Zushi pull into that, we are going to actually do 3 mouse ones, and then punch at the end for the 4th M1, and then pull. So that will skip the animation, so like this. See how it's much faster? That's ultimately going to allow us to hit our combos every time. And it's good to keep that in mind because you can do that with a lot of stuff, like such as the gravity dominance as well. Now that we have learned that, let's go over 2 moves. The first is Roku extending. Roku extending is basically the same thing we said earlier. You do 3 M1s, then punch on the 4th M1, then Shigen. This will knock the dummy back, and most of the time you will catch your opponent off guard and we'll be able to do a combo extender. So let me show you it. Oh, sorry. So let me show you it. So that is a Roku extender. These are not true. You can easily get out of them, but sometimes it will catch your opponents off guard if they just kind of gave up. So do these towards the end of your combo. The next move I want to go over is something called drag jumping. Now, drag jumping is one of the harder moves to learn in the game, and even the top GPO players have trouble landing it every time. So I'll quickly demonstrate how to do it and how to practice it. So drag jumping is essentially when you hit your opponent 4 times and you Geppo forward, then hit again as soon as you Geppo. And this will allow for combo extenders with your fruit. So a good example is to use the violin. So after you do your 4 M1s, and then you use a violin after the 4 M1s, now you have another combo. And you can continue your combo, you can do stuff like this. You can do that, you can do that, so you just continue your combo. That is a example of drag jumping. Oh, I just failed it right there. To practice this, just spawn into a private server with a dummy, obviously, and then work on going slow with your timing, and then jump. And if you are able to hit the jump, you're most likely on the right track to learning how to drag jump. But the jump is the hardest part because most of the time you might, glitch forward, stuff like that. So just try to get the jump and you will eventually catch up with the 5th M1 timing. An extremely important topic, also in the same category as M1 baiting, is called punishing. So punishing is essentially where you capitalize on your opponent's mistakes. So if they were going to do something stupid, you take advantage of it. Things like perfect blocking or random Pika ability is called punishing, or hitting your opponent when they mess up a violin. So let's say I mess up a violin, this dummy would punish me by attacking me right there when I was vulnerable. Punishing can only be developed by playing matches, so having battle IQ is important. Think about what you're doing and what your opponent is doing. This will allow you to have a better feel for PvP and will make you more comfortable when you're playing. So these were a few topics I felt that a lot of players miss out on or they just overlook entirely. Hopefully this helped out. there are still many more topics that can be covered. So if you want a part 2, make sure to leave a comment and like, and I will make another part to this. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.